We often get the question of like, should I do content creation and things like that for my game development studio? Like, should I make devlogs? Should I just live stream my development and whatever? And I personally, like, we do it ourselves, but I just feel like, I don't really suggest it. But I want to like get someone else's opinion on this, because this was a very weird turn of events. Yesterday, I just opened Twitch on like the software and game development category, and I saw there was like one channel, yours, that was like, oh, Bit Summit, and my brain went like, hey, I'm going to Bit Summit. Let me reach out to this. So that's how I got to know you, Andrew. Can you give me a little bit of a rundown of who are you and what are we doing? Or like, what do you do? Because honestly, I didn't know you 24 hours ago. I'm sorry about that.
I'm a super tiny streamer. I don't expect you to know who I am. If I was on the internet and I wasn't streaming, I don't think I'd find me. Like, that's how tiny I am.
Can you give an idea? What's your like average when you stream follower number, like live viewer number and like follower?
I'd say my average viewers of the past few months have been about 40 to 45 people. If I get a big raid, it could be higher. If it's a slow day, it could be lower. But I'd say 45 is my average. My name is Andrew. I go by Booyah Grandma on Twitch, on YouTube. I have a studio, Mossy Grove Games, and for the past 5 years, I've been making a cozy life sim, innkeeper sim. That's a little bit about me.
So you're doing this on the side for now, right?
Yeah. This is a total side hobby, job, whatever you want to call it. It's side passion. Probably more side passion. I only get to do a couple hours a day. I think I do about 90% of it on Twitch. Like, I'd say 10% dev off Twitch, 90% on Twitch.
And you have a day job then as well. What is that? Is it like gaming related or?
No, it's not. I mean, I've worked in real-time engines at work. My day job is technically I'm a visual effects artist for television, commercials, broadcast, advertising in general. There was a big boom of VR apps that wanted to be made, like, let's say not 10 years ago, but oh my God, it is almost 10 years ago now. Oh God. Everyone came into the advertising world and like, we want to make VR commercials. And so I dabbled in a lot of interactive media then, which only fueled my passion for game dev.
How do you combine it? Because 5 years of combining game dev with another full-time job, to be honest, 5 years of the same project, I would get sick of it after like a year, I think. I think what you're doing is pretty unique and like what a lot of developers try to go for but just give up after 3 years or whatever. Sure. What's your secret sauce?
The secret is to just keep trying. Honestly, the way you feel is the way I felt for the first 10 years of my career. For 10 years, I wanted to do game dev, and I released one tiny game on iPhone, and it was so hard. And I'm like, I can't do this anymore. I can't work on a project at home and do day job stuff. Then one day, I found the right company that had good work-life balance, and I had this idea to work on this game, and then once I started working on it, like, the passion was there. I'd work late into the night. I'd work on weekends. My wife's very supportive about like doing this. Yeah. maybe focusing a little too much on it sometimes, but she's very good about it.
How many hours a week do you generally work on your game, would you say?
I think that number has fluctuated a lot over the years, but right now I'm at a steady like 10 to 15. 2 to 3 hours a day, 5 days a week. Maybe I'll touch it on the weekends, but it's really not much time. It's just a couple hours after work. Mm-hmm. Yeah,
it's pretty solid, but you needed a good idea. Like if you had a bad game idea, you probably wouldn't have wanted to keep working on it. I feel like, did you start immediately with Alpine Lake, or did you like try out some different games otherwise and then finally landed on Alpine Lake, or was it like, I'm gonna make a game now about a cozy like Alpine sim? And then you're like, now I'm going to dedicate the next 7 years of my life to it.
I mean, first of all, I didn't expect to spend this long on it.
What was the original scope, if I may ask? Like, how long did you originally plan for this to take?
Honestly, I thought it would take 4.
Okay.
I thought it'd be done in 4. I looked at Stardew Valley, and I know I'm making a game in a similar vein, and that took 4. So I'm like, maybe this will take me 4. But I think not being full time,
definitely
adds years. But I've had other ideas in the past. I didn't start with this. This isn't like my first time like trying to make a game. I definitely have like 4 or 5 projects that have just been canned or shelved or whatever you want to call it.
Do you do everything yourself? Because Alpine Lake is it's a cozy game, which is always, you have to make good visuals, which for a lot of indie devs is a problem. Did you learn the 3D modeling and the programming and everything yourself, or was it more of a, you have someone helping out? Do you use assets? How do you manage it? Because that's often what you hear is like, look, if you don't have 40 hours a week to dedicate on it, you have to cut corners somewhere, whether it's using assets or AI-generated code or whatever.
Yeah, I think, I learned in school, I've been doing, it was like my trade, being a 3D artist. Okay. I always start with assets, though. I always start with assets that look decent, and then I'll replace them if they don't like match the rest of the game. But I do always start with packs just to save time.
Yeah.
And I would say I have nothing against like using assets, using code packs. I use there's like 6 different packs that I heavily rely on that have saved me thousands of hours.
Yeah.
I think it's like irresponsible not to consider it. If you're a purist, that's fine, but
But don't plan on releasing in the next 20 years.
Yeah.
I want to talk a bit more about Alpine Lake then, I guess. What made you realize this was a good game? Or was it not really the focus? Did it start as like, I'll just make this game, or did you do market research and whatever in advance? And how does that stack up 5 years later as well?
Actually, it's not stacking up that well. 5 years ago, this
peak of COVID.
It was peak of COVID. I was doing market research and looking at other indie innkeeper games out there. I found like 2. Bear and Breakfast was one, and that went through development, went through their launch. Now it's been like 3 years since they launched, and like I've just been watching other innkeeper games come about, and honestly, I'm definitely taking too long, and my feelings about the game they've gotten complicated over the years. I still love it. I still think it's a good idea and a good game, because these kinds of games, they're not coming out that much. But once Nintendo announces a new Animal Crossing, I think it's over.
So the clock is ticking.
Yeah, the clock is definitely ticking. So I definitely feel the fire lit under me a little bit.
Yeah. So what's the plan in regards to development for you? Because you have a Steam page up.
Yeah.
You have a demo, I think, as well.
I have a demo that I released in August of last year. I'm coming up on 1 year of the demo being released, and I haven't updated it. I updated it once in a couple of weeks, and then it's been the same demo for the last year. I don't recommend that. I recommend either taking your demo down quickly and letting it be letting it build some FOMO, or updating your demo to show that you're working on it, and that even the people that are curious about your demo, they'll replay it, maybe tell a friend once you implement that one thing that they wanted. I think I'm going to leave the demo up there for now. It's been there for so long, why take it down now? But I'm really trying to get the game out in the next 8-9 months.
One thing that I think you're pretty successful. I told you this before we started. I think is you have a decent amount of wish lists. Honestly, how has marketing been for you? Because you had 2,000 for a long time, around that point, and there was one giant spike that you had. Was that the pirate software thing? Because I'm gonna dive into that later as well. But
right.
Or was it something else?
It was a culmination of a few things. So I had 2,000 for a long time, like you said, and then I released my demo, and I got into the Wholesome Games Steam celebration. It wasn't the Wholesome Games festival.
Yeah, not the Wholesome Direct or whatever.
Only a small handful get into that, and but they did allow me to enter their Steam celebration. So I released my demo about basically 1 day before that, and I posted on Reddit, and I posted basically everywhere I could, Instagram, Twitter, all of them. Yeah. And that bumped me up to basically over the course of a few days another 2,000 wish lists. So I doubled my wish lists in a week. And then a community member of mine, so this goes back a little bit to your original question, should game developers be making content? Does this help wish lists? And I would agree with you that no, I don't think it does, except sometimes you win the lottery and something weird happens. So something weird happened to me. I had a community member that hung out in my channel. He was a frequent viewer of Pirate Software, and he was very generous, and he donated to do a TTS to Pirate Software. Hey, this guy I've been, watching, he's making this game and it looks interesting. Can you check it out? And Thor, during an ad break, was like, yeah, sure, I'll check it out. When was this? What?
That is a cute little cozy game.
What did you do? Are you kidding me?
Kick back in the fresh mountain air and craft your ideal.
Yeah,
I
think that's crazy lucky to a certain degree. No?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I don't watch enough Pirate Software to know if he does that. Like,
I
would assume
didn't
no.
know it. I feel like if someone comes into my stream personally, it's like, here's my Steam page, I would immediately be like, yeah, go away, like, mods ban this guy. When I saw that clip, I'm like, holy shit, this happens? And then you got some good praise from him as well of like, hey, this looks solid. There was like a little bit of an in-joke as well on like you had like your store description said something like
yeah, it's some bad grammar in there.
like something about like cook and entertain the guests. So it's like, oh, you cook the guests.
So yeah, that was super lucky, right? He shouldn't.
Yeah.
I mean, he was very kind to do that, and I think I woke up the next morning to like a spike of 150 wish lists just from that moment.
Yeah, pretty solid for like, I think like $5 or something worth of donation from that one
I mean, it wasn't
guy.
even my $5.
It wasn't even your $5, and that's a good return on investment.
Yeah,
I
it
think.
was it was very kind of this person. I feel like everyone thinks it was me, but I swear it was.
It's like a five-headed move, like my friend makes it seem less advertising.
I mean, I'm not saying their name out of like anonymity, but so yeah, I got 150 wish lists from that moment. But then when I had my reaction of it, I cut that up.
Yeah, that video went crazy on your YouTube
That
channel.
video went crazy. Like, I've never had a video with that many views, and it was kind of unreal. And I was watching the wish lists. Literally, the wish lists and the view count of the YouTube video were just hand in hand. They were going together. So I know all of it was coming from that YouTube video. And that doubled it again. So
you got like 4,000 wish lists basically from that one clip plus the reaction of that clip.
Yeah.
That's kind of crazy, because have you tried other marketing? Like, how did you get to that first 2,000?
The first 2,000, I think I brute forced it, to be honest. It was a lot of, I don't even know, maybe Reddit? I think one or two of my posts from Reddit actually caught some traction. I think I got like 400 over the course of a couple of weeks. I got like 400.
Was this with or without the demo up yet?
No demo, just a trailer.
Just the Steam page, okay.
Yeah. Just a trailer. It was a cozy game subreddit that they're very friendly to like devs posting their cozy games. Not like the other Reddits that
they hate you and ban you.
They'll ban you in 2 seconds. I don't go near those things. I probably should, but no. So, yeah, it's just a lot of brute force posting on social media. Honestly, what I've noticed is like your game will get wish lists if it's a good looking game, and you have to trust the wish lists. I look at my game and I look at my wish list count, and I have to be very practical and know that this is how popular my game is. It's not a 100,000 wish list game. It's not a 300,000 wish list game. Right now it's a 10,000 wish list game, and that's where I just have to be very realistic, and that's where like my timeline comes into play. Like, I need to get it out the door.
Yeah, because if you're a 10,000 wish list game, sure, you'll make some money probably, but it's like, it's not going to be retirement money probably.
No, it's not. It's definitely not going to recoup 5 years of dev and 6 years when it comes out. Like,
do you have like a magic number of like, it would be nice if I could launch with this amount, like 25K or whatever, or do you see it more of like everything's a bonus, whatever I get from here?
That's a good question. I don't really have an amount.
Yeah, it's like, how much actually is like marketing? Is it like, do you have like set goals for yourself marketing, or is it more of a vibes thing of like, if I have time, I try to market my game?
Yeah, it's total vibes. It's like, I'm feeling inspired. I just made something that looks interesting. Let me take a pretty screenshot of it and do something with it. I don't think that's like the way to do it. I think that you should be setting a schedule, having consistent content, and asking for help. Like, honestly, I'm in advertising in my day job. I'm still not a marketer. Like, it's a job that people are good at, and you should always search for help.
Yeah, because
if you can.
One funny thing that I noticed is you're a content creator at the end of the day, kind of, whether you like it or not.
I guess, yeah.
But there's basically no content creator coverage for your game at all. Or maybe it's also horrible SEO, because when I look up Alpine Lake on YouTube, I just get like nature documentaries as a result.
Yeah. The Wikipedia page for Alpine Lakes is number 1. I mean, if I go into a private browser, my Steam page is like the 3rd, which that's pretty good that my game is catching up to a geological formation.
Yeah.
Because geological formations are pretty popular.
Has content creator coverage been something you've considered so far? Because like that sounds like a logical thing of like, once the demo comes out, you send emails to a bunch of content creators to be like, hey, would you mind playing my demo? Or
from what I've learned is I did not send enough emails. I think I sent about 20 to 30 emails.
Yeah, that's not a lot.
And I was just like, oh, shucks, oh well. I'll just keep making it, and maybe next time. But I was, I think you need to send it to at least 100 to get anything. And, it's possible that if I do a big demo upgrade, I can do it again and recontact everyone the correct way. But I think at this point, I'm just going to try and release the game. I've noticed that not everybody wants to play a demo. I think most of the bigger streamers will want a full release and not a demo. There's definitely tons of streamers and content creators that will play demos, but I think at this point, for me personally, I'm just going to do the full game.
Yeah, that makes sense. You just send it to them in advance. You're probably still planning on like a Steam Next Fest or something then before launch as well?
Of course.
It's always easy to pick up.
Yes, everyone. I think like you can't release your game unless you do Steam Next Fest. It's like
it's free marketing, literally.
Yeah. It's the one time Steam is like, you know what? I don't know who you are, but here's some views. And you don't really get many of those, and you have to celebrate it and use that because if you don't, it's very rare for you to be able to succeed without that.
Yeah, even if it's not amazing, it's still like hundreds or sometimes thousands of wish lists, even with a bad demo. And I think your demo is pretty okay. Do you know the median playtime of your demo?
Yeah, the median playtime I believe is 30 to 35 minutes. The average playtime is like an hour.
That's pretty solid, I would say, already.
Yeah, I don't know. A couple of people, if I look at the charts, a couple of people have like 5 hours in the demo. And I know it's only a 2-hour demo. So some people are replaying it. Some people maybe just left it open and walked away. But
you say like only a 2-hour demo, and like half our audience just started crying, I think, because of that. Was that a purposeful goal of like the demo is going to be 2 hours and you said it for yourself? It was like, I want to ship a demo now. Let's wrap this up, and it was just 2 hours.
No, it just happened to be 2 hours. Like I have an in-game calendar, and it's pretty common to just allow players to play 1 week, in-game week of the game. So that's just what I did. I think there's better ways I could have done it. I definitely took the easy way out, where I just gave the full game as it was, and then I cut it off.
Put a time limit on it, yeah.
Yeah, I think that is the lazy way. I don't think that's a good way to hook players and give players a better taste of what the game's going to be like. I think I could have improved that by doing more of a sandbox route, because it is a sim management game. I definitely should have done a sandbox open experience that let you just play and just left out the story. And you get the full game for the story. I'm
gonna ask you a question that you've probably heard like 5 million times in your Twitch chat at this point. It's like, okay, I am a game developer myself. Should I live stream on Twitch? How has that experience been for you? Like, what made you wake up one day and be like, let's hit that go live button with 0 viewers and just talk to myself for 3 hours or however long? And like get maybe 1 chat message and that's it. Like
I push it on everybody, but I also don't recommend it.
Yeah.
Like you have to go in it for the right reasons. If you're going in, I've spoken to other devs who are like, oh, do you get a bunch of exposure? Is it great for marketing? No, it's not. It randomly was for me, but that was like
it's
a lottery thing.
Yeah, it could just as well have been like an X post that has gone like super viral or whatever.
It didn't have to be a Twitch moment. But I've become like semi-addicted to it. I definitely push it on everybody. It's amazing just getting live feedback from people, getting suggestions, just shooting the shit with.
You can swear here, don't worry.
I'm like shooting the. It's nice to just have a break too and co-work with people. As game devs, especially solo devs, we're in a room by ourselves. Nobody's looking over your shoulder. Maybe you have a significant other that is. It's nice to be able to co-work, and you learn a lot. You learn a lot from doing it, and eventually you become good at something, and you can give that knowledge to someone else. And a lot of people really appreciate that, and I like that feeling of like, I was always a tutor in like college. I always like to like help people out, help them with their homework and stuff. So I always thought I'd be a teacher one day. So it like hits some weird like I get to work, and then people just like learn maybe while looking over my shoulder.
Yeah, and it's like it's way more scalable at the end of the day. It's kind of the YouTube thing as well. It's like I could speak to people individually. You make a video, it's like, 1,000 people watch this, and maybe like 10 of them learned something actually. One thing as well, like I do some live stream stuff as well, but it's like kind of different. Like I look at Steam page and whatever. I started live stream once we already had the YouTube audience. So I never had to do that thing of like the two viewer thing. Like immediately started with like 80. How long did that take for you? Because I feel like it's the most like it's fun to live stream once you have an audience, like do 30, 40 people. You can always like chat with someone basically. Yeah. How long did it take for you to get kind of some momentum in the live streaming? Because I think that's the hardest part, that a lot of people like do 2 live streams and then just give up because it's like, this sucks.
Yeah. I think that a lot of people do that. They try it once or twice and it doesn't work out. I was very lucky. I had a bunch of like IRL friends that were very happy to check in with me and to watch for a little bit. I'd say I lived in that area where it was either, if my 5 close friends weren't there, then I was in the like 2 to 3 range, and I think I was there for like about 4 months, and then my average got to like 10, and then once you're like established, I will say I think a lot of streamers they're very insular, and they don't like go to other streams and network and like make friends. I think it's really important.
Is that
you don't
important?
do that?
I like tried to rate one time and I was just so confused of how it worked. So I am very much a Twitch newbie, I would say.
Okay.
You do that? You go to other game dev YouTubers and hang in?
I live on Twitch.
Oh.
And it's a party. It's a 24/7 party, and you go from channel to channel, and everyone knows each other. And it's like working. It's like being at a WeWork.
And you kind of just like hop over to someone's desk basically, and you're like, hey, how are you doing right now?
Yeah. And you get to know each other. You get to know each other's projects. You get to know each other's skill sets. A lot of them team up with each other and work on projects together. And you know, your communities, it turns into this like amorphous blob of like, it's not just your community.
Yeah.
It's the Twitch community.
It's the Twitch game dev community.
Yeah. It's really nice to like be able to watch someone else's stream, and then they come visit you later in the day, and you say hi to them. It's a good feeling to have that community. It's like community squared. It's like there's community in a channel where it's there's a back and forth, you and the streamer or you in chat, but then to expand that to like 10, 12, 20 different channels. It you get to know people. You get to know people at a different level. I've met up with a bunch of them too.
With like other Twitch streamers or viewers?
I've met up with a couple of streamers.
Okay. They're open to that. I always, at these events, like I'm often like the only game dev, it seems, who like is on YouTube. Like especially on YouTube, there's not a lot of game devs that go to conventions and things like that.
Right.
It's more of a thing on Twitch than maybe of like, I think Twitch has a way more social aspect at the end of it because you have that live chat. Whereas I love you guys, but like YouTube comments is not. We cannot have a good conversation over there.
Not really. Speaking of YouTube comments, the comments that I've been getting on that video.
Oh, the Pirate Software one?
Yeah, it went from like such supportive, nice stuff.
Oh, because of Pirate Software drama?
Yeah, no, even before that.
Before
that. Not the recent drama. It was like past drama. I think it was the WoW raid.
Oh,
I honestly don't know what the drama is half the time because I think it's like just people getting upset over nothing.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like a gradient of emotions from like, oh my god, yeah.
And then there's like another like crab dev or like another like something, like some mean stuff.
It's not even directed towards me. It's just directed towards him.
Pirate indeed. Yeah.
I will say Twitch is way more social than YouTube in general, especially because of the rating. I think the rating is like something special.
I think one thing as well, because I multi-stream, so I do YouTube and Twitch, and YouTube is our way bigger audience. But if I look at like streaming revenue, Twitch like has 1/4 the viewers, but I love you guys on YouTube, but Twitch earns us way more. And it's still smaller numbers, like $100 a month.
Yeah.
Has Twitch like any meaningful revenue for you? Is it more like extra pocket money, or it's not really like, you do the dono goals and it's like the prime sub like pushing and the bits and do you go into that at all, or?
I have it all on. I monetize my channel for sure, but I never push anybody I never do like sub days. What do they call it? Subathons.
Yeah.
I never ask for bits. I don't give anything special for bits. I don't have like special emotes for the top tiered subs. I don't do any of that. And any money I get from Twitch, I think I sub to enough other channels.
Oh, it's like the circle where
Yeah, the money goes right back into Jeff Bezos' pocket. It's like, it's all for him.
Yeah, okay. one thing as well with the streaming, and kind of why I don't like it as much, is I feel like I have a permanent debuff of like a 50% intelligence drop when I live stream.
Yeah.
Are you like used to that right now, or do you still feel like a lot of that difference of cameras on, and I'm kind of working, but I'm kind of, you have to back and forth with chats versus, okay, now we have to lock in, no stream, and it's like you get like way more done in way less time.
Yes, I think that the debuff that you described, it's real, and I have it, but not. I wouldn't say 50%. I think it's like I'm 80% capacity, but there is a buff.
Oh,
there is a focus buff.
Oh, really?
And the focus buff is there's a camera on you, and you need to do stuff. And if the camera wasn't on you, you might be like looking at Twitter, looking at whatever social media you look at, whatever YouTube videos you're watching. But that camera's on you. There's no watching YouTube in the middle of your dev session. You dev. So I think there's like somewhat of there's a focus buff and a dumb debuff.
Yeah, it's kind of like, you commit, because it's like you're not going to live stream for 20 minutes usually.
Yeah.
So you kind of like commit to, I'm going to work for 2 hours or until I finish the feature or whatever.
Yes. Yeah. And I would say that some streams are bookended very nicely by like start a task, end a task, there's a stream.
Yeah, and it's like, you end the stream when you click that play button. It's like, hey, we can now do this thing. And that's it. One final thing, maybe one final topic. We're here at Bit Summit. Are you looking for like publishers, or what brought you to Bit Summit to begin with?
Honestly, I had no idea what to expect from this place.
Is this the first time you've been here?
Yeah, it's the first time I've been to Bit Summit. It's the first time I've been to a gaming convention.
Oh, at all.
I came with zero expectations, and walking around the floor, I gotta say, it's a lot of mixed emotions.
Mm-hmm.
I applied to like have a booth here, and I felt good. Like I felt like, I think I can get into this.
I feel like Alpine Lake would have fit in here, because you see some of the other games, no offense to them, it's like, really?
I've played a lot of good games out there. Very interesting stuff, I gotta say. And then, of course, there's gonna be some stuff that's like,
how did you guys get on here?
Maybe, a little bit of that, but I'm sure there's something to it. I will say, during the application process, I got an email from someone official that gave me a critique of the game and asked for more tutorials. Like you need to have more tutorials to get a player up and running. And that was the email. It was like an official portal message from my application.
And that was,
And I didn't know if that meant like, if I update this,
they're gonna
get in.
It, yeah.
And I dropped the ball. I never responded to it. I don't know what that message was.
Yeah, it's a very weird one.
I'm kicking myself for not like taking action and responding to it, because maybe they were like, if you do that, maybe we'll give you a booth. So there's a lot of mixed emotions out there. And what you're saying is like, I look at some of the games, I'm like, that's a clone. I think I got this. Yeah, this is a 20-minute experience.
There are like some games here, and they looked like good, and then I play them, and I come out of them, and I'm like, give me 2 days. And I could probably make a more fun version of this.
I think that happens to game devs a lot.
Yeah.
Where you see a product. You see what someone spent months and months
You don't see
on.
the months of iterating.
You don't see the iterations. And even just like having the passion to do it, like that takes something that not everyone has inside of them. So even though like we can probably execute something to spec, like the stuff up there in a couple of weeks, but are you going to do that? Like,
do you
without
really
any
want
prompt?
to do that?
Yeah. Are you going to like just the starting process is so hard to start that it's impressive that any of these games exist. Honestly, it's impressive that games get finished. It's impressive all around.
So, are you looking for publishers, or are like just like kind of for shits and giggles, basically pitching, or?
No, I'm definitely open to publishers. I was pretty close to getting a few months back. I've had conversations with the publishers. I've had wonderful rejections from publishers. And here specifically, I'm not sure I'm going to get one here. I didn't even, this meet to match thing is new to me. I signed up a couple days ago, and I didn't even know I can like poke publishers and
just get meetings with them.
Yeah, so I didn't even do that. I don't think I'm going to. I think I'm just going to take this experience as like an observation and soak it in, learn what I can from what I see, and hopefully if I ever come back, I'll know what I'm doing and be more experienced at it.
How is it like pitching? for like, because we don't really make games that are like publisher friendly, because we do very small scope mostly. How has the experience been from you, like been living on the front lines when publishing in the last few years has been more rough? How has the experience been for you?
It's always very difficult for me because maybe I'm like too honest. I tell people this is my first game and I don't know what I'm doing.
I'm a solo developer.
Yeah, I am very risky. Would you like to give me money? I think also talking about my game is really difficult, even though I literally talk about it on stream every day. To do a well-timed pitch with a hook, I think that's really hard. And honestly, I don't even know how to describe my game with a hook. It's possible I don't have one and I need to figure that out.
Yeah. Overall, is publishing just a nice to have? Like you're gonna ship this game regardless?
Yeah, I'm gonna ship this game eventually regardless. I think, what a publisher would do for me is accelerate the process and provide a bunch of services that I don't even know if I can afford on my own.
Yeah, like marketing, localization.
Marketing, localization, console porting.
Yeah.
I can't do these things out of pocket, so that's what I want a publisher for. And the experience, someone who's done it before, it's invaluable. It's invaluable to have that experience.
Do you have that dream to one day quit your job and become a full-time game dev, or now you've been doing it for so long, you're like, honestly, I prefer this balance more of 10, 15 hours a week, keep the stability, and go on then? Because I think, there is this very big thing of everyone's dream is just to quit and become a full-time game dev, where maybe that's not really, it's not an option, I think, for most people, because you need to have a lot of stability. It's not just one good release, it's multiple good releases.
I think the dream is real for me, or it's alive in me, that I would like to do this full-time, but I wouldn't do it unless I had enough money to fund a few games.
Yeah.
Because the pressure that every game needs to make money, that's really high. And I don't know if I'd want that. I have a good job that pays me, the salary of a very successful game every year.
Yeah.
Why would I give that up? Well, maybe I would.
Up to see how the release goes.
Yeah. Making games is just so fun. Everyone who's making one knows it's super fun. You wouldn't be doing it if it wasn't. And I'd love to do it full time.
I think this is the kind of thing of when we make our earnings videos, we get these comments of you could have just been going and flipping burgers at McDonald's and made the same thing. Yeah, but now I could sit at home and do something I enjoy.
Yeah.
And that's fine for me as well.
Yeah, the joy you get from fixing a bug, getting the character moving for the first time, seeing your first little bit of juice, blinking the player, or numbers popping up over the enemy's head when you hit them, or just any little thing like that. That little joy that you get when you see it for the first time.
Yeah.
That's everything. That's just, it's better than playing the game. It's making the game is, I would say it's 1,000 times more fun than playing the game for a bit. I mean, maybe there's 90% of the dev time that's not that fun. That 10% is
that's
100 times
worth
more
it.
fun.
Yeah. All right. So you have a streaming schedule, or it's more of a random thing? Where can people find you?
Yeah, I'm on Twitch every day, every weekday, Japan Standard Time at 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. It's kind of my schedule.
Okay, so if you guys have an Amazon Prime account, you can link this to your Twitch account and you can subscribe for free. You take money away from Jeff Bezos, you can give it to him, help him say thank you for this video.
And then I'll give it right back to
and
Jeff
then he'll
Bezos.
give it right back to Jeff Bezos. But the roundabout way of giving it to some other game developer. So what's not to love about that? Anyways, Andrew, thank you very much for this video. I learned a lot. I think it was very interesting to get more of a thing, because it's harder to talk to our audience, because once again, the YouTube comments is not the best way. So it's really nice to talk to another game developer, see the experience for you.
It was very nice chatting with you as well.
And I wish you still the best of luck with Alpine Lake. Go and overtake the Wikipedia entry.
We'll get there.
And thank you all guys for watching as well. So you can check out Alpine Lake, or you can check him out when he's live streaming as well. He streams more than me. You guys always complain that I don't stream enough, so just go and watch him instead. That's all I need to say. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you once again, Andrew, for wanting to do this. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.